Hello there. Thanks for stopping by Max's Cards and Dice Dugout. This is episode 132. Robert Max here, and tonight we are at Nassau Veterans Memorial Coliseum for Game 11 of the 1974-75 New York Nets replay using Uptempo basketball from the Clark and Addison Gaming Company and creator Brian Haverkamp. Before we get to the game, let's take a look at the stats that I'm collecting for the Nets. We didn't do that last time, but as you can see, once again, not much of a surprise here. The five starters are leading scorers, with Julius Erving at top with a quite impressive 27 points per game. I'd like to see a little bit more production from Manning and Wendell Ladner, but it kind of follows suit of the way the stats are set up on the cards. So this game, coming into this game, I should say, in real life, the San Antonio Spurs were 6-3, and in our replay, the Nets are 9-1, and that's 9 wins in a row. They've only lost one game, and that was their home opener, or their opener, which happened to be at home. So this is the second game of a very short homestand before the Nets take it out on the road for a long 7-game road trip, which will get them into the middle of November. This game was played on November 3rd, 1974, and in real life, the Nets won that game 120-109. In this replay, the last time these two teams met, the Nets won that one 113-92. So with that all being said, let's get this game underway. First, we'll jump the opening tip-off, and that is going to go to the Nets. So the Nets come down the court, and that's going to be a basket. And making that shot will be Larry Keenan. So Keenan hits the 2, and the Nets lead 2-0. Now San Antonio coming the other way. This is a free throw attempt, so going to the line is going to be Donnie Freeman, the shooting guard. He is an 82.1 free throw shooter. He makes the first one and makes the second one. So 2 for Freeman from the line, and we are tied at 2. Now going the other way, here come the Nets. It's another basket. And making that one is going to be the Doctor. So he's on the board. And it's now 4-2 in favor of the Nets with 11 minutes to go in the opening period. Here comes San Antonio. That's going to be a basket for the Spurs. And that one is coming from guard James Silas. So we are tied at 4. And the Nets come the other way. And the Nets turn that ball over. Here comes San Antonio. Another free throw attempt. Going to the line this time is going to be Ice. George Gervin is an 83 even free throw shooter. He makes the first one and makes the second one. So 2 for Gervin from the line. And the Spurs take a 6-4 lead. Here come the Nets with 10 minutes to go. That's going to be a basket, and making that shot will be Al Skinner off the bench. 2 for Skinner. We're tied at 6. Here come the Spurs with 9:40 in the opening period. And going up to take a shot, he's fouled, is George Gervin. Makes that basket, and he's going to go to the line. So Gervin gets the basket, has a chance for a 3-point play. And once again, Gervin is a 83.0 free throw shooter, and he makes that. So now the Spurs lead 9-6. Here come the Nets, 9:20 to go. And that is another turnover. 9 minutes to go. Here comes San Antonio the other way. And that is going to be a free throw attempt. Fouled and going to the line this time around is Rich Jones, power forward. Jones is a 76.7 free throw shooter. He makes the first one and makes the second one. So the Spurs have built up a little bit of a lead. It's 11-6 with 8:40 to go. Nets coming the other way. This is a three-point attempt, and taking this shot is going to be the doctor. He will be defended by Chuck Terry, who is a +2. That's going to make Irving a 35.3. And good defense by Taylor sends the Spurs the other way. With 8:20 to go in the opening period, Spurs lead 11-6. But they turn it over, and here come the Nets. 8 minutes to go in the opening period. And that is a basket, and making that shot is going to be point guard Brian Taylor. So it's now 11-8 in favor of the Spurs. 7:40 to go in the opening period. Here comes San Antonio. And they turn it over again. 7:20 to go. Here comes the Nets. That's going to be another basket. And making that shot is the Whopper, Billy Paltz. And it's now a 1-point game. Spurs lead 11-10 with 7 minutes to go in the opening period. This is a 2-point attempt for San Antonio. Taking that shot, it's going to be guard James Silas. He will be defended by Bill Melchioni, who's a -3. That makes Silas a 48 even. And he makes that shot. So another 2 for Silas. And it's now 13-10 in favor of the Spurs. 6:40 to go. New York coming the other way. This is a 2-point attempt. Taking this shot will be Larry Keenan. He will be defended by Rich Jones, who's a +1. That makes Keenan a 51.9. Good defense by Jones sends the Spurs the other way. 6:20 to go. It's going to be a basket for San Antonio, and making that shot will be Rich Jones. And it's 15-11 in favor of the Spurs. 6 minutes to go in the opening period. That's going to be a basket for the Nets, and making that one will be Larry Keenan. 4 points for Keenan here in the opening period. And it's 15-12 in favor of San Antonio. 5:40 to go. This is going to be a free throw attempt. Going to the line for the Spurs will be Donnie Freeman. He is an 82.1 free throw shooter. He makes the first one and makes the second one. So 4 points for Freeman, all from the free throw line. And it's 17-12 in favor of the Spurs. 5:20 to go, opening period. Here come the Nets. It's a 2-point attempt. Taking this shot will be Larry Keenan. He will be defended by Rich Jones, who is a +1, makes Keenan a 51.9. And good defense by Jones again sends the Spurs the other way. Here they come. This is a 2-point attempt for San Antonio. Taking this shot will be Chuck Terry off the bench. He will be defended by Julius Irving, who's a -9. That makes Terry a 38.5 shooter from the field, but he gets this one to go in over Irving for his first points of the game. And the Spurs have built up that lead again. It's now 19-12 with 4:40 to go in the opening period. Here come the Nets. It's a free throw attempt. Going to the line is going to be Julius Erving. He's a 79-9 free throw shooter. He makes the first one and makes the second one. So 2 more for Erving. These are coming from the line. He has 4 points, and it's now 17-14. 4:20 to go, opening period. San Antonio comes down the court, and they turn it over. 4 minutes to go. Here come the Nets. That's a basket for the Nets, and making that one is going to be Super John Williamson. So it's a 3-point game, 19-16, 3:40 to go. The Spurs have the lead and the ball. It's going to be a free throw attempt. Going to the line this time is George Karl. George Karl is a 77.4 free throw shooter. He makes the first shot. And Karl makes the second. His first points of the game. And it's 21-15, 6-point lead. 3:20 to go. Here come the Nets going the other way. It's a 2-point attempt. Taking this shot will be John Williamson. He will be defended by Donnie Freeman, who is a +5. That makes Williamson a 53.6. Good defense by Donnie Freeman. Sends the Spurs the other way with 3 minutes to go. They come down the court, and they're going to sink a basket, and making that shot will be Swen Nader. First points for the big man for the Spurs. And the score is now 23-15. 8-point lead, 2:40 to go. Here come the Nets, and this is going to be a free throw attempt. Going to the line will be Larry Keenan, who is a 77 even. Misses the first one, but he gets the second one to drop. And it's now a 6-point lead, 23-17. San Antonio coming the other way, 2:20 to go, opening period. That's going to be a basket for the Spurs, and making this shot will be Rich Jones. 6 points for Jones, and it's now 25-17, 8-point lead. Nets coming the other way, 2 minutes to go, opening period, and the Nets are going to go on a run. This will take us to the end of the first period, as runs consume 2 minutes of clock time. So let's see what happens here. It's a 41. That's going to be a 9-2 run for the Nets. So we got the 9-2 card right here. Put that there. And now we're going to check which row we're going to use, and it's going to be the first row here. So let's see, 6 points for point guard. Let's see which point guard gets the 6 points. It's going to be Bill Melchioni. So Melchioni picks up the 6. And that's 2, 4, 6. That gives the Nets 23. The shooting guard is going to make 2 free throws, and that will be John Williamson. So Williamson gets 2 free throws. Takes the Nets to 25. Nothing from the small forward. The power forward goes 1 for 2 from the line. That's going to be Larry Keenan, so he picks up another point. Nets are at 26. And nothing from the center. And for the Spurs, you get 1 2-point basket from the shooting guard, and that'll be coming from Donnie Freeman. And that gives the Spurs 27. So it's a 1-point lead for the Spurs. And as I mentioned, that run takes up the remaining time in the first period as you remove 2 minutes for a run. That's it for the first period with the score. The Spurs 26, or excuse me, the Spurs 27 and the Nets 26. I'll be right back with the second period. All right, we're back with the second period. We're back for the second period with the Spurs leading the Nets 27-26. First, we'll jump the ball, and that is going to the Nets once again. Here they come down the court. That's going to be a 2-point attempt. Taking this shot will be Bill Melchioni. He will be defended by James Silas, who's a +3. That makes Melchioni a 53 even. And good defense by Silas. Gets the stop, and the Spurs are coming the other way. So 76, that's going to be a basket for the Spurs. Making that will be Rich Jones. That gives the Spurs 29 to 26 for the Nets. 11:20 to go here in the first half. That's going to be a 2-point attempt. Taking this shot will be Larry Keenan. He'll be defended by Rich Jones, who's a +1. That makes Keenan a 51.9. And Keenan gets that one to drop. Gives the Nets 28. Spurs lead by 1. 11 minutes to go. Second period. And taking this shot and getting it to drop is Iceman Gervin. He's fouled again. Looking for another 3-point play. And Gervin from the line from the line is an 83 even. And he gets that one to drop in. Picks up the 3-point play. Gives the Spurs 32 to 28 for the Nets. It's a 4-point lead, 10:40 to go. Here comes New York. And this is going to be a basket, and making this one will be Larry Keenan. So it's 32 to 30 in favor of the Spurs. Here they come. That's going to be a basket, and making this one will be Donnie Freeman. And it's now 34 to 30, 4-point lead. Here come the Nets. 10 minutes to go in the first half. It's going to be a 2-point attempt. Taking this shot will be BT, the point guard, Brian Taylor. He will be defended by George Karl, who is a +1. That makes Taylor a 53.9. And Taylor gets that shot to go over Karl. And it's a 2-point game, 34-32 in favor of the Spurs with 9:40 to go. This is a 2-point attempt. Taking this shot will be Rich Jones. He will be defended by Larry Keenan, who is a -6. That's going to make Jones a 38.5 from the floor. And good defense by Keenan sends the Nets the other way. Here they come. That is going to be a free throw attempt. Going to the line will be Billy Paltz. He is a 74.8 free throw shooter. Misses the first one badly. Gets the second one to drop. And it's a 1-point game, 34-33 in favor of the Spurs. Here come those Spurs. And this is going to be a 2-point attempt. Taking this shot will be point guard James Silas. He will be defended by Bill Melchioni, who's a -3. That makes Silas a 48 even. Good defense by Melchioni. And the Nets come the other way with a chance to take the lead. And they are going to. And making this shot will be Julius Erving. And it's now 35-34 in favor of the Nets. Here come the Spurs the other way with 8:20 to go in the first half. And that is going to be a 2-point attempt. Taking this shot will be Bob Warren off the bench. He will be defended by John Williamson, who's a -2. That makes Warren a 46.4. Good defense by Super John, and the Nets come the other way with a chance to build their lead a little bit. 8 minutes to go in the first half, yet they are going to go on another run. All right, so let's see what happens here. It's a 36. That is going to be another 9-2 run for the Nets. And let's see which column row we're going to use. 27. We're going to use the second row here. All right, so nothing from the point guards. The shooting guard gets a 2 and a free throw, and that is going to be Super John. So he gets a 2, giving them 36, a free throw, giving them 37, and a free throw, giving them 38. Next would be 2 and a 3 from the small forward. So Irving, well, we'll see if it's Irving. Yes, Julius Irving will pick up a 2, giving them 40, and a 3, giving them 43. All right, and nothing for the power forward, and 1 of 2 from the line for the center, and that is going to be Billy Paltz. So Paltz picks up another point here, gives the Nets 44, and 2 points for the visitors are going to come from the power forward, and that will be Rich Jones. So Rich Jones, who's having a pretty good game for the Spurs, picks up that basket, but the Nets now lead 44-36. 8-point lead. We take 2 minutes off the clock. That takes us down to 6 remaining here in the second period. That is going to be a basket for the Spurs, and making that shot will be James Silas. Gives the Spurs 38. It's a 6-point lead for the Nets, 5:40 to go. Nets come down the court, and it's going to be a 3-point attempt. Taking this shot will be Wendell Ladner. So Wendell gets in the game. The player, I believe everyone's gotten in the game now for the Nets, excuse me. So Ladner will be defended by George Gervin, who's a -2. It's going to make Ladner a 17.4. So from out in the arc, Wendell Ladner takes the shot, and it is good. How about that? 3-point score for Wendell Ladner over George Gervin. And that gives the Nets 47. They now lead 47-38. It's a 9-point lead. Here comes San Antonio, 5:20 to go here in the first half. It's going to be a 2-point attempt. And taking this shot will be George Karl. He will be defended by Brian Taylor. He's a -6. That makes Karl a 44.3. Good defense from BT. And the Nets are coming the other way with 5 minutes to go. Spurs need a run. This is going to be a basket for the Nets, and making this one will be John Williamson. That gives the Nets 49 with 4:40 to go. The Spurs have 38, so now it's an 11-point game. San Antonio is going to get a basket here, and making this one will be Bob Warren off the bench. Gives the Spurs 40-49 for the Nets. 4:20 to go. Here comes the Nets. Sorry about that. 23. That is going to be a free throw attempt. Going to the line will be Al Skinner. And let's see, he is a 76.6 free throw shooter. He makes the first one and misses the second one. So 1 of 2 for Skinner from the line. Gives the Nets 50. So it's a 10-point game, 50-40. With 4 minutes to go, San Antonio now coming the other way. And that's going to be a basket for the Spurs. And making that one will be Ice. So George Gervin gets the Spurs to 42. There is now 3:40 to go in the first half. The Nets lead 50-42. It's an 8-point game. That's going to be a basket for the Nets, and making that one will be Irving. So the Doctors having a good second quarter. 9 points so far. Gives the Nets, in the second quarter, gives the Nets 52. 3:20 to go. And that's going to be a basket for the Spurs, and that's going to be point guard James Silas. Spurs are at 44. Here come the Nets with 3 minutes to go and a lead. It's a 2-point attempt. Taking this shot will be Julius Irving. He'll be defended by George Gervin, who is a -2. That makes Irving a 49.5. Irving gets that one to drop. He now has 11 points here in the second quarter, and the Nets have 54 for a total. 10-point lead to 44 for the Spurs. 2:40 to go in the first half, and that is going to be a 3-point attempt for the Spurs, and taking this shot will be George Gervin. He will be defended by Julius Irving, who's a -9. That's going to make Gervin a 21.9. Good defense by the Doctors sends the Nets the other way. 2:20 to go. And it's a free throw attempt. Going to the line is going to be Larry Keenan. He's a 77 even. Makes the first shot. Makes the second shot. So Keenan picks up 2 from the line. Gets the Nets to 56, and they now lead 56-44. It's a 12-point game with 2 minutes to go in the first half. Here come the Spurs. It's a free throw attempt. Going to the line is going to be Rich Jones. He's a 76.7. He makes the first one and makes the second one. So 2 from the line for Jones. Gets the Spurs to 46. So it's a 10-point lead, 56-46. Favor of the Nets, 1:40 to go. And this is going to be another basket for New York. And making this one will be Julius Irving, who has come alive here in the second period. That's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 13 in the second period. Gets the Nets to 58. 1:20 to go. Here comes San Antonio. They turn the ball over. 1 minute to go. Here come the Nets, 42. That's going to be a free throw attempt. Going to the line will be Julius Irving. He's a 79.9. He misses the first one and makes the second one. Gets the Nets to 59. And they lead 59-46. They've built up a 13-point lead. There's 40 seconds to go. Here come the Spurs. And going up for a shot and getting it to drop is James Silas. He's fouled. And he's going to get a chance to make a 3-point play here. So that gets the Spurs to 48. And as a free throw shooter, Silas is an 88.5. He gets that to drop and completes the 3-point play. Gets the Spurs to 49. And they now trail by 10 with 20 seconds to go. New York comes down. It's a free throw attempt. Going to the line will be Julius Irving. He is a 79.9. Makes the first one. Makes the second one. And the Doctors had quite the second period. So final possession of the first half goes to the Spurs. And they go on a run. Okay, so we will have to continue this in the third quarter. They certainly needed this. So let's see. 97. That's a 12-0 run that they're going to go on here at the end of the first half and into the second. All right, so we'll stop that here and continue the run in the second period, or excuse me, in the second half, and I'll be right back with that. All right, we're back for the second half with the Nets leading 61-49, but we got to put this run in for the Spurs. So Let's determine where that is coming from. It's going to come from the middle column, or excuse me, the middle row right here. And hopefully you can see that. So nothing from the point guard, 2 threes and a 2 from the shooting guard, and that will be Bob Warren. So Warren gets 2 threes. Oh, that's 52, 55. 2 threes and a 2 for Warren. That gets the Spurs to 57. 2 points from the small forward, and that will be 54 is George Gervin. So Gervin, and this is to start the third quarter, gets them to 59. All right, nothing for the power forward, and 2 free throws from the center, and that will be Swen Nader. So he picks up 2 free throws, and it gets the Spurs to 61, and we are tied, and we take 2 minutes off the clock for that run. Actually, 10:20 because, or excuse me, a minute 40 because the first click of that run was in the first half. I hope I explained that correctly. So anyway, we're at 10:20, and the score is tied, and the Nets have the ball. And 27 is a free throw attempt. And going to the line for the Nets will be Bill Melchioni. He's a 79.5 free throw shooter. First one rattles around and drops in. Second one is good. 2 for Melchioni from the line. Gets the Nets to 63. They have a 2-point lead. 10 minutes to go here in the third period. This is going to be a 3-point attempt, and taking this shot will be George Gervin. He will be defended by Julius Erving, who is a 9. That makes Gervin a 21.9. And good defense by the Doctor sends the Nets the other way after Gervin misses that 3-pointer. And this is going to be a basket for the Nets, and making this shot will be Julius Erving, who really came alive in the second period. 16 points in the second alone. He has 22 right now in the game, and the Nets are at 65 points. They lead by 4 with 9:20 to go in the third. And this is going to be a free throw attempt for San Antonio. Going to the line will be James Silas. He is an 88.5 free throw shooter. He misses the first one, but makes the second one. So one from the line from Silas gets the Spurs to 62. 9 minutes to go here in the third. And we got a turnover by the Nets. 8:40 to go. Here comes San Antonio. That's going to be a basket. And making this one will be Rich Jones. Gets the Spurs to 64. And it's a 1-point lead for the Nets. 8:20 to go here in the third. This is going to be a 2-point attempt. Taking this shot will be Billy Paltz. He will be defended by Swen Nader, who's a -5. That's going to make Paltz a 43.7. And he misses that. Good defense by Swen Nader. 8 minutes to go. Spurs coming the other way with a chance to take the lead. This is going to be a free throw attempt. Going to the line will be George Gervin. He's an 83 even free throw shooter. He makes the first, makes the second, and the Spurs have the lead. 66 to 65. 7:40 to go here in the third. Here come the Nets. This is a basket, and making this one will be the Doctor. 67-66 in favor of the Nets. 7:20 to go in the third. And this is a basket for the Spurs, and making this one will be James Silas, the point guard. And it's 68-67 in favor of the Spurs. 7 minutes to go here in the third. This is going to be a free throw attempt. Going to the line will be Julius Erving. He's a 79-9. Makes the first one. Makes the second one. And the doctor continues what he did in the second period. And the Nets lead 69-68. 6:40 to go in the third. And we get a turnover by the Spurs. It's going to be a free throw attempt for the Nets. And going to the line is going to be Willie Sojourner, his first appearance in the game. And that means everyone, I think, has now entered the game. But Willie Sojourner is a 70 even from the line. Misses the first one, but makes the second. And that gives the Nets 70. They now lead by 2, 70-68 with 6 minutes to go in the third. Here comes San Antonio. And that's going to be a basket. And making this one is going to be William Franklin off the bench. His first points of the game. And it's now 70-70. We are tied with 5:40 to go in the third. And the Nets have the ball. And they turn it over. So here comes San Antonio with a chance to break this tie and take the lead. This is going to be a free throw attempt. Going to the line will be George Gervin. He's an 83 even. Makes the first one. Makes the second one. And the Spurs have the lead again. 72-70. Here come the Nets. 5 minutes to go in the third. This is going to be a basket. And making this one will be Bill Melchioni. 4 points for Melchioni here in the third. And we are tied at 72. 4:40 to go. Here comes San Antonio. That's going to be another basket. And making this one will be Rich Jones, who's having himself a game. It's now 74-72, favor of the Spurs. Here come the Nets. It's going to be a free throw attempt. Going to the line will be Bill Melchioni. He's a 79.5. He makes the first. Makes the second. So 2 from the line for Melchioni. He's having a good game off the bench. And we are tied at 74. Here comes San Antonio with 4 minutes to go in the third. And that will be a free throw attempt. Going to the line will be Donnie Freeman, who is an 82.1. First one drops. And so does the second. Gets the Spurs to 76, and they are leading the Nets by 2. 3:40 to go. It's a turnover by the Nets. 3:20 to go. Here come the Spurs trying to increase their lead, and they are going to do that. And making this shot will be George Gervin. So Ice gets this one to drop. And now the Spurs have a 4-point lead, 78-74. 3 minutes to go here in the third. This is going to be a 2-point attempt. And taking this shot will be Ed Manning. And he will be defended by Rich Jones, who's a +1. That makes Ed Manning a 43.7. Good defense by Rich Jones sends the Spurs the other way with a chance to increase their lead. 2:40 to go. And that is going to be a good basket for the Spurs. And making that one will be Chuck Terry off the bench. Spurs are at 80. Lead by 6, 80-74. 2:20 to go here in the third. And that's going to be a basket for the Nets. And making this one will be Larry Keenan. Larry Keenan gets the 2. His first points of this quarter. And it's a 4-point game in favor of the Spurs, 80-76. 2 minutes to go in the period. And that's going to be another basket for the Spurs. And making this one will be the Iceman, Gervin again. 2 minutes to go in the period. And that's going to be another basket for the Spurs. And making this one will be the Iceman, Gervin again. 2 minutes to go in the period. And making this one will be the Iceman, Gervin again. 2 minutes to go in the period. And that's going to be another basket for the Spurs. And making this one will be the Iceman, Gervin again. 10 points for Gervin, excuse me, in the third quarter. And that gets the Spurs to 82. They now lead by 6, 82-76, with 1:40 to go in the third. And that's going to be a basket for the Nets. And making this one will be, guess who? The Doctor, who after only scoring 4 points in the first quarter has come alive. And it's now a 4-point game, 82-78 in favor of the Spurs, 1:20 to go. It's going to be a basket for the Spurs, and that's going to be Gervin. So Ice picks up another 2. Spurs are at 84, and they lead by 4, 84-78. Here come the Nets, 1 minute to go here in the third. And this is going to be a 3-point attempt, and taking this shot will be Super John Williamson. He will be defended by Donnie Freeman, who is a +5. So that's going to make John Williamson a 28.1. And it is no good. Good defense by Donnie Freeman. And there's 40 seconds left here in the third. Here come the Spurs. That's going to be another basket. And scoring this one will be Ice again. Good third quarter for Gervin. Spurs are at 86 and now lead by 8, 78-86. 20 seconds to go in the third. This will be a free throw attempt for the Nets. Going to the line will be Julius Erving. He is a 79.9. Makes the first one. And makes the second one. The Doctor continues here in the third quarter. Gets the Nets to 80. So they now trail by 6. The final possession here in the third period. See what the Spurs can do with this. It's going to be a free throw attempt. Going to the line will be Swen Nader. He is a 76.8 free throw shooter. He makes the first one and makes the second one. So 4 points for Nader in the third, all coming from the line. And he gets the Spurs to 88. So that's it for the third period. And the Spurs lead 88-80. It's an 8-point lead as we go into the final frame. I'll be right back with that. All right, we're back for the final period with the Spurs leading 88-80. The Nets were outscored 39-19 in that third period, with George Gervin leading the way with 12 points in the period. Julius Erving did have 10. Here we go for the final frame. And getting the jump ball will be the Nets again. So they come down the court trying to cut into this lead. And they're going to get a basket here. And making this one will be Willie Sojourner off the bench. And that gives the Nets 82. They trail by 6. 11:40 to go in the game. Here comes San Antonio. That's going to be a basket for them. And making that one is Ice. Gets the Spurs to 90. 11:20 to go. Here come the Nets. That's going to be a basket for the Nets. And making this one will be BT, point guard Brian Taylor. It's been relatively quiet in this game. That's 6 points for him. Gets the Nets to 84. And it is 90-84, 6-point lead. Here comes San Antonio. It's going to be a basket. Making this one will be James Silas, point guard. There's 2 there. Gets them to 92. And it's 92-84. Here come the Nets with 10:40 to go. And they turn the ball over. 10:20 to go. Here comes San Antonio. And that's going to be another basket for them. And making that one is Rich Jones. Spurs have 94 to the Nets 84. It's a 10-point lead, 10 minutes to go. It's going to be a basket for the Nets. Making that one will be the Doctor. (94-86) in favor of the Spurs. 9:40 to go. And that's going to be a turnover. So here come the Nets the other way. Chance to cut into the lead. It's going to be a free throw attempt. Going to the line will be Larry Keenan. He's a 77 even. First one is good. And so is the second. Gets the Nets to 88. So it's now a 6-point lead. 94 to 88. 9 minutes to go. Here comes San Antonio. This is going to be a free throw attempt. Going to the line will be Swen Nader. He's a 76.8. Makes the first one and makes the second one. 2 for Nader from the line. His first points in the fourth quarter gets the Spurs to 96. And they lead by 8, 96 to 88. 8:40 to go. And that is going to be a 2-point attempt. Taking this shot will be Brian Taylor. He will be defended by James Silas, who is at +3. That makes Taylor a 55.9. Good defense by Silas gets the stop, and here come the Spurs the other way with a chance to build on their lead, and they will do that, and making that shot will be Donnie Freeman. Spurs have 98. It's a 10-point lead, 98-88. 8 minutes to go in the game. Here come the Nets. That's going to be a good basket. And making that one will be the Doctor, who continues to produce. Gets the Nets to 90. They trail by 8. 7:40 to go. Here comes San Antonio. It's going to be a free throw attempt. Going to the line will be Rich Jones. He is a 76.7 free throw shooter. He makes the first one and makes the second one. So 2 more for Jones. His first points of the fourth quarter. And the Spurs have reached 100 and lead by 10, 100 to 90. 7:20 to go. Here come the Nets, and they've turned it over. Not good. 7 minutes to go. San Antonio coming the other way, and it's going to be a 2-point attempt. And taking this shot will be Colby Dietrich. First time we've called his name. He will be defended by Willie Sojourner, who's a -6. Pretty good defense off the bench from Sojourner. So that's going to make Dietrich a 48.2, and he misses. So good defense from Willie Sojourner. 6:40 to go. Nets trail by 10. This is going to be a free throw attempt. Going to the line will be Bill Melchioni. He's a 79.5. Misses the first one. Misses the second one. San Antonio gets the rebound. They're going the other way. Here come the Spurs, and that is going to be a 3-point basket. And making that shot will be Chuck Terry off the bench. Hits the 3. Gets the Spurs to 103, and they have a 13-point lead. 6 minutes to go. The Nets' 9-game winning streak is in jeopardy. Here they come, and they turn the ball over again. Adding insult to injury. Spurs coming down the court. They'll score a basket here. And getting that one to drop will be George Karl. Spurs are at 105. They lead 105 to 90 with 5:20 to go. This is going to be a free throw attempt for the Nets. Going to the line will be Billy Paltz. He's a 74.8. Misses the first one. Misses the second one. The Nets have been awful from the line down the stretch here. 5 minutes to go. Spurs coming the other way with a 15-point lead. And they're going to make that 17 here because James Silas gets a shot to drop. They're at 107 to 90 for the Nets. 4:40 to go. Tough row to hoe for New York. 44 is a 2-point attempt. Taking this shot will be Dr. J. He will be defended by George Gervin, who's a -2. That makes Dr. J a 49.5. And he just gets it to drop. So 6 points for the Doctor here. And it seems like the Nets had been on 90 for a while, but now they're at 92. But there's only 4:20 to go. And the Spurs are coming down with a lot of momentum. It's a 2-point attempt. Taking this shot will be Colby Dietrich. He will be defended by the Whopper, who's a -7. That's going to make Dietrich a 47.7. And he gets it to drop over Billy Paltz. His first points of the game, that is Dietrich. And the Spurs are at 109. 109 to 92. 17-point lead. 4 minutes to go. Here come the Nets. They need a run. They're not going to get it this time. It's a free throw attempt. Going to the line will be Billy Paltz. Larry Keenan. He's a 77 even. He makes the first one and makes the second one. Haven't heard much from Keenan, but he does have 4 points here in the final frame. That gets the Nets to 94, but it's a 15-point game with the Spurs at 109. 3:40 to go. San Antonio coming down the other way, and this is a 3-point attempt, and taking this shot is going to be Rich Jones. He will be defended by Larry Keenan, who is a -6. That's going to make Jones a 20 even from out at the arc. He lets it rip, and it is way off. No good. Nets coming the other way with 3:20 to go, and they're going to have a free throw attempt. Going to the line will be Billy Paltz, 74.8. Makes the first one and makes the second one. So 2 for Paltz, his first points here in the fourth quarter. The Nets get to 96. But trailed by 13, 109-96. 3 minutes to go. The fans are getting anxious. Will this 9-game winning streak come to an end here? And that is a free throw attempt for San Antonio. And taking these shots from the line will be George Karl, who is a 77.4. Makes the first one. And makes the second one. So 2 from the line for George Karl. And the Spurs are at 111. And it's getting quiet here at Nassau Veterans Memorial Coliseum. There's 2:40 to go, and the Nets trail 113 to 97. Here they come, and it's going to be a free throw attempt. And taking these shots will be Julius Erving. He's a 79.9 free throw shooter. Misses the first one, though, and makes the second one. So 1 of 2 for Erving from the line here. And the Nets hit 97. They're down by 14. And here comes San Antonio with 2:20 to go. 74. That's going to be another basket. And making this one will be Donnie Freeman. $113 for the Nets. For the Spurs. 2 minutes to go. The Nets are sitting on 97. So 16-point game. And that's going to be a basket for the Nets. And making this shot will be Larry Keenan. And the Nets hit 99. They should break 100. There's 1:40 to go. Here come the Spurs. Nets are running out of time. Need a run. 67 is going to be a good basket. And making this one will be Bob Warren off the bench. Warren had 8 points in the third quarter, but these are his first here in the fourth. It gets the Spurs to 115. So they have a 16-point lead, 115 to 99. 1:20 to go. Here come the Nets. That's going to be a basket. Making that one will be Larry Keenan, who's kind of come alive here in the fourth quarter. Nets are at 101. 1 minute to go. Here come the Spurs. It's going to be a 2-point attempt. Taking this shot will be Rich Jones. He will be defended by Larry Keenan, who's a -6. That's going to make Jones a 38.5, but he gets it to drop over Larry Keenan. And the Spurs are at 117. We got 40 seconds to go. This winning streak is finally coming to an end. It's going to be a basket for the Nets, and making that shot will be John Williamson. 103 for the Nets, but the Spurs are at 117 with 20 seconds to go. And that's going to be another basket, and making that one will be Chuck Terry off the bench. He's had a pretty good game off the bench, especially here in the second half. 119 for the Spurs in the final possession of the game, and this is just for the stats here. The Nets come down, and it's going to be a two-point attempt. Taking that shot will be John Williamson. He will be defended by Donnie Freeman, who's a +3. That makes Williamson a 51.6, and he misses the shot, and that's how the game ends. So that 9-game winning streak comes to an end at home against the San Antonio Spurs. The final score in this one is 119 to 103, a 16-point win for San Antonio. How about that? All right, I'll be back shortly with the totals and a wrap. All right, we're back to wrap this up. The Nets lose this one 119 to 103. They were outscored in the second half 70 to 41. That is the story of the game. Some other stories. High score for the Spurs. No surprise there. George Gervin with 24. And down here with the Nets, the team we're really concerned about. Irving, another big game, 37, but it wasn't enough to overcome some problems they had in the second half with turnovers and missed shots. Some things of note. Brian Taylor, point guard, only 6 points. We did get 12 points from Bill Melchioni off the bench. So if you look at it that way, the point guard position, did provide 18 points of scoring. 22 from Larry Keenan, a good game for him. Wendell Leidner got on the board. He hasn't scored in a few games, hitting that 3 back in the second quarter. And now the Nets have finished up this very short 2-game homestand, and they have to head on the road. It's a 7-game road trip, where they will next play. Let me see here. I got to double check this. Game 12, they go to St. Louis, take on the Spirits, I should say. Then to Memphis, and then they finally face the Kentucky Colonels. It's a doubleheader, or 2 games in a row in Kentucky. The first one at Louisville, I believe, and the second one is at Lexington. But that'll be the first time the Nets have faced the Colonels in this replay. And then there's 3 more games after that before they come home for 1 game and then go back on the road for 2. So I guess scheduling was an issue with the ABA, considering how many teams there were, and I imagine they worked it out the best they could. So that's going to do it for this one. The Nets lose and will go to 9-2. They had a 9-game winning streak broken at home by the San Antonio Spurs. Spurs on top, 119 to 103 in this one. And I will be back again in the near future with another video. And until then, take care.